Good morning. This is Bill from Auto Europa Naples on a lovely mild Wednesday morning here in Naples, Florida. It's not too humid. We're not sweating. It's not, cut the humidity with a knife in the air. But of course, the misery of summer is quickly approaching, and all the smart people are getting the hell out of town, and I can't blame them. I do have this morning this 2009 Mercedes-Benz S550. This is the S-Class, the Sonderklasse, as it is in Germany, the Special Class, which Sonderklasse also applies to boats, by the way. But I digress. It's the W221 model, the 5th generation S-Class, even though they'd been sort of making unofficial S-Classes for decades before they made an official one. And it is a big, beautiful car, as is essentially every S-Class ever made. I mean, when you think about, big German Q ships, the S-Class is really the one that everyone tries to beat. BMW, of course, has the 7 Series. Audi has something, I can't remember. And, there's probably some other stuff from Jaguar and whatnot. But when you show up in an S-Class, you really are doing it correctly. That pointy star on the hood, the shape, the design, it just emanates wealth and taste in a way that other cars don't. I did have a little bit of a disagreement with that over the town car, but that was different because it was chauffeured. Anyway, somebody's going to get angry at me for that one. 5th generation W221, this constituted a giant leap forward for Mercedes. They had come out with the 140 in the 90s, which was sort of the quest for the perfect car, but it was really a bad time to do it when old was meeting new and technology was sort of still bulky and complicated. They toned that down for the 220 model that came afterwards, but people complained it felt lighter and cheaper. And then with this 221 car, they kind of got everything to come together really nicely. I quite love the styling. I love those pontoon-looking things on the back wheel wells, although some people say it looks a bit like a Mazda RX-8 from, the early 2000s. And yeah, I do see that, but I don't think it can be argued with that this is a very handsome design, most of which happened in Tokyo, by the way, so maybe that's partially how we see the RX-8 coming into it. But it does have a lovely curved greenhouse. It does have a lovely slant from front to rear, sort of little ducktail back end on it, very reminiscent of the Maybach, that had come out in the late 90s and was Mercedes-Benz incredible flagship from, of course, a different sort of company. Maybach wasn't really considered part of the direct Mercedes lineup, but this did borrow quite a few styling cues from that. And the S is, of course, Mercedes-Benz flagship. This one, again, an Arctic white, very nice color for the car, particularly down here in Florida. Got lovely caramel interior, and is just a very, very pretty car to look at. And a nice, big, long wheelbase version, which is, of course, the only versions that came here to the United States. All right, let's start inside the trunk, as we often do. One day I'll start under the hood just to throw a mix into it. Anyway, nice big trunk, plenty of areas to put stuff. You've got your little areas to put, a couple of schnauzers. You can tuck them behind the net. They'll probably get out of there, but the hell with it. You have any roadkill, you can hang it from this little thing, or shopping bags, which I believe is what it's intended for. And that's sort of a nice feature. There you've got the original mats. We get under here, you've got a nice place. My detailer didn't clean. Very good place to keep your micro machine guns or whatnot out of the way of the state troopers' prying eyes. Press this guy here and down comes the trunk electronically in case you just don't have the energy to lower it yourself. This does have Parktronic. You can see those little sensors in the bumper. Also has a little camera under here for backing up. I like the body color slats inside the taillights. That's a very pretty touch, and I just think the car looks terrific. Have a look under the hood. Like every Mercedes, the release is way, way up. Oh, God, under there somewhere, virtually impossible to reach. I think it's an effort by the dealerships to deter you from doing your own maintenance. Pull out this little ridiculous thing here. Everything's hard to do one-handed, I swear to God. And there you will find what was a fairly new engine for this generation. They went finally to a double overhead cam setup, 32 valves, 5.5 liters, 388 horsepower, 391 pound-feet of torque. It is a terrific engine, naturally aspirated, lovely, and in fact had more power than the 01 S55 from AMG. So of course the horsepower wars raging hard when this car was made. It catapults this thing to 60 in well under 6 seconds. I want to say 5.3-ish, quarter mile times reliably in the 13s. It is a fantastically quick car for a big, heavy German sedan. That's mated to a bulletproof 7-speed Manumatic gearbox that works great, driver adaptive. It sort of molds to the way you drive it. You see this has the Airmatic suspension standard, those little air lines running into the struts. That sort of, keeps the car nice and balanced. All these fancy cars have Airmatic stuff, the Bentleys and even the town cars to some extent. So very nice ride that it gives you. And anyway, everything lovely under the hood of this thing. And very proper, what we like to see. Has a Mercedes battery, always a sign of good maintenance. Made in Germany, so that's why it has to cost 6 times as much as a normal battery. And everything proper under there. And of course this big scary Mercedes logo talking about dominating on land, sea, and air. That's the 3 prongs, so leave it to the Germans to do that. There you see some very nice twin spoke alloy wheels. They're seven spokes with twins. You got Michelin tires on there. They're 18-inch, though they look a bit smaller because of the size of the car, but they do fit the wheel wells quite nice, quite lovely, and give it a very, very nice ride. There were some sport package cars that had bigger wheels and tires, AMG stuff, and they do look very cool, but they do not give you as nice a ride unless the tires are new. These things last a lot longer. Okay, back seats. Nobody's going to be unhappy if they have to sit back here. They're going to be extremely thrilled. They've got tons of legroom. They've got beautiful soft leather that is ventilated, or not, sorry, it doesn't ventilate, but it's ventilated by virtue of being perforated. They've got a nice little armrest here to put your drinks, another spot for a Glock or a 45 of some variety. You've got, little areas to put your knees that have vents coming out to keep your knees cool. You got rear vents where I tell my detail. I don't know, this looks almost taupey when I look at it through the camera lens, and is much more brown. See if I back up if that gets it right. I don't know. There it is. That looks like the normal color of the car to me in the viewfinder, and when I get close to it, it kind of washes out a little bit. So anyway, absolutely gorgeous back there. Beautiful fit and finish, lovely quality stuff. You even got ashtrays if you're a smoker, little places to put your maps and books, and if you want to read the New York Times Arts and Leisure section, that'd be a pretty nice place to do it. You also got makeup mirrors if you need to powder your nose. Not to mention airbags everywhere. What you just saw there are soft closed doors. You just get them close and they suck themselves in. Very nice feature. The seats were probably the most notable and biggest leap forward in this car. Mercedes has always had nice seats, lovely seats, but they took it to a whole different level with this S-Class. Not only do they look beautiful, but the way they fit your spine, the way they feel comfortable. I mean, you get in a car to do a 10-minute trip and you might just keep driving all the way to California. It just is that comfortable. They have these weird little metallic buttons. You can see it's got a double front cushion thing here. That means I can push that one forward and extend the lower cushion. If you're, sort of a big guy, to give you better thigh support. You also can do things like control the passenger seat by pressing that button. So if some nitwit leaves your seat in a misaligned position and you're one of these OCD guys who needs the seats to match, it becomes very easy for you to do that without reaching all the way across. Neat little metallicized buttons again. You got your ventilation, you've got your heat. It'll blow all kinds of warm or hot or cool air up your keister. Nice stuff. Little opening here to put in a switchblade or a pen or paper clips. All very lovely. And, nice design. In front of the seat, you get this little panel to hide some narcotics or whatever else it is you want to take with you. This one also has a wood package, so you get this rather pretty wood steering wheel and some upgraded wood around the car. Being keyless go, I can lock it just by pressing the little square indentation on the door handle. You see the mirrors fold in. Open it by putting my hand on it. And let's hop in. Fire it up, foot on the brake, tap the start stop. Now, if you ever run into problems like the key's dead, you can actually quite, oh, for the love of God with the radio, you can actually quite easily pull this thing out. Let me see if I can do it now. Yeah, there it is. So you pull this thing out and then you've got a place to stick your key. So if the key ever goes dead, it won't activate the keyless go. That's the way you do that. Alright, seatbelt on, and let's see what we got. Before it gets too bright out, I'll show you this. This one does have the night view assist, that little thing with the road and the moon. You press that, only when it is dark. Oh, what a shame. I can't, maybe I'll find a way to do that somewhere else. Anyway, you see it's got what these sort of faux analog gauges. That's actually a computer screen showing an analog gauge, and that center screen where the speedometer is can turn into a infrared camera and show you, you know, what's coming ahead down the road. One thing you can't do, which is a real shame, is turn off your headlights and turn that on and drive Terminator style down the highway at 150 just watching the camera. That would be kind of neat. But so any internet hackers out there, maybe find a way to do that. Anyway, classically styled Mercedes light switch, all very nice. It's on automatic. You go manual, pull once for the front fog, twice for the rear fog, and run that way. Otherwise, just leave it on automatic. Very nicely laid out instrument cluster, nice and dark, again with the, you know, electronic analog gauges, kind of neat stuff. You got your water temp, your fuel, your tack, you know, driver information, all in the middle of that. You can get all your different messages. You see just 52,000 on the clock. Very, very nice. Over here you have the screen for Mercedes-Benz command unit. Back in '02, BMW came out with this Idrive thing that everybody absolutely hated. So the other manufacturers, of course, couldn't wait to emulate it, which they did. And fortunately, Mercedes didn't do a bad job of it. They got it pretty right. So you've got this big metallic joystick here that spins, moves up, down, left, and right, and pushes down like a mouse. So I push up on it, I can go into this top menu. We can go over to telephone. That'll get us into our Bluetooth. You go to audio, push down again. We're in Sirius, push up. You know, you can scroll through all the different stuff you may want to do. So there it is. You know, the average S-Class buyer is 61. Hopefully by, you know, today he's a little bit more technologically savvy than the 61-year-olds of my day, which wouldn't have been able to figure this out worth a damn. You've got this nice row of buttons here. This controls the airmatic, so if you press that, you can see vehicle rising. That will give you a little bit more ground clearance. Airmatic also works to lower the car when you're at highway speeds to give you a little bit better wind flow and aerodynamics, and boosts your fuel mileage. So that's all very lovely. ESP, electronic stability program. That's a traction control that senses how you're driving. It compares your inputs to the path the car is taking, and if it feels the two are diverging too much, it'll take over to keep you straight and narrow. If you're in a drive-through and the Parktronic's going crazy beeping at you, you can press that to turn it off. This guy here will change the direction of this screen so it's more towards the driver, more towards the passenger. All very nice stuff. And of course this controls the brightness and contrast. Lovely wood, lovely style, the way it goes from left to right, you know, right to left, whichever you want to go. Anyway, lovely. Like the nickel-y looking metallic stuff with the vents, with the prerequisite luxury analog clock in the middle. Mercedes is nice enough to give you direct access buttons for the command unit, so if you want to control stuff here or here or here or on the wheel, they really do give you those choices, so that's all very lovely. Behind this you've got your in-dash CD changer and your whatever the hell it is, SD card. You got an ashtray if you're a smoker. I don't know how you get that back. There it is. And you got a couple of cup holders, which are nice and simple for a Mercedes. Thank God. Simplest cup holders I've ever seen on a Benz. I love this little wooden boat thing they've got going in the center console with the direct access buttons for disc, radio. That's a great little back button, which is nice. Here's my favorite thing, and that is the dynamic seats. So this does have that option where I can, let's see, go over to pulse mode. And I'm on the driver's seat, and I'm going to give myself a fast and vigorous massage. And when I first got in one of these cars and tried that, I thought, you know, this is the way the other half lives. They're driving to work in their special class Mercedes with a triple-digit price tag, getting a back massage. And, you know, let's go get the pitchforks, for the love of God, and the torches, and go get these people. Because it's just, oh my God. Anyway, I'm not going to get into proletariat stuff, but oh, what a lovely heathenistic sort of thing the massage seats in the car are. I just absolutely love it. So I'm enjoying that now. You also have comfort and sport setting on the transmission and engine management. This will lower the rear headrest. This is a programmable button, so very nice feature. You can, let's say you want to make that home on navigation. Press that, it starts home on navigation. This turns the command on and off. You got a nice little knurled volume knob there, mute button, flip open this little egg-shaped thing. You got a telephone keypad, double opening center console. This is for the Bluetooth module, which isn't installed, but we have it. And then the bottom one, you got more stuff down there. That's an air-conditioned compartment if you want to bring some tuna salad sandwiches with you. Again, you've got multi-function stuff on the steering wheel. I'm going to go to audio, and I'm going to try the damn voice command, which frankly never works for me. It just absolutely hates me, these things, for some reason. But we're going to try it, so... All right, we're going to try going off this ridiculous country station. 94.5. All right, I love it. Okay, finally, the damn thing works for me, and I do appreciate that. Get some AC going. For the love of God, who did that? Okay, nice cool air. Still a little bit, you know, humid outside. Anyway, so voice command will work with navigation and a variety of other features in the car, which is quite nice. Over here, you've got the glove box, nice set of books. That's the demonstration DVD for the Logic 7 Harman Kardon with its 89 speakers. And otherwise, everything nice and proper. You've got home link here. You've got a self-dimming mirror. You got a place to put your sunglasses, another row of buttons. You got a nice big power sunroof. Let in some of that nasty humidity, so we'll keep that closed. There I was talking about how it isn't humid, and all of a sudden it just feels that way to me. You've got that sort of a sporty paddle flippity flip things here for the transmission. If you decide you want to bang your way through the gears, you can do that with that. You also have your cruise control and Mercedes-Benz electronic shifter version of the one you found on a 58 Buick. It's just very simply foot on the brake, down for drive, up for reverse, and poke for park. A little chrome button there. A lot of people try to poke the button and then move it as though you have to do that. Well, you don't. If you do that, you're confusing the hell out of the car. It's trying to go in two different gears. That is for park only. And of course, you see we've got the camera there. So, oh, and there's two little lines that show up. That's the Parktronic. So if I start backing up, it's going to show me visually first that I'm getting close to something, and then when you get real close to it, the beepers go crazy. So, oh, sorry, that's where that indicator is, up there in the mirror. Yeah, you see those, the yellow lines, that's for the fronts. Fantastic turning radius in this car, especially for one as big. You see, I didn't have to make a 3-point turn to get out of there as I do in a lot of cars. And incredibly smooth and lovely steering. One thing you're going to find in this car are true hydraulic brakes. Mercedes-Benz went away from that electronic braking system that everybody hated. Another thing you're going to notice is how quiet this car is. It's actually quieter than a Bentley at idle and at throttle, and that's an impressive feat. It's also the same volume as the big Lexus, which is of course known for being a plush mobile that is all about just being quiet. So again, kudos to the Mercedes engineers. If you want a quiet car that turns in 13-second quarter miles, here it is. Look at that, you got that big scary logo aiming the way for you. I mean, there is nothing in the world like driving an S-Class. You feel like the chairman of the board, the captain of industry, master of the universe. I mean, I've got my massage seats going. I hammer it. I've got almost 400 horsepower to blast by the unmentionables and deplorables around me. I've got the world's most comfortable seats, I mean, without question. And it's just an epic way to travel. I mean, it is, call it what you want. Call it a, you know, a highway module, a, you know, high-speed conduit between cities. I mean, this is just so much more than a car. It just gives you so much. And then the technology it has, not just what you see, but what you can't see. The, you know, accident avoidance, the pre-safe stuff, the brake assist stuff. It is just designed to give you, you know, exactly what you're paying for, and that is having one of the finest cars in the world. Man, does that V8 tug. All right, so there it is. What a fantastic machine. I mean, if you have to live every day with a car, there are very few cars that are going to pamper you as well as this one will, and be as lovely to drive and own. This is, again, a 2009 Mercedes-Benz S550 S-Class, 50,000 miles, 52 on it. Nice options, including the massage seats that I'm enjoying right now. Put on our ventilated seats if we want some cool air going up the rump, and everyone's going to be pretty chipper in this thing. So if you have an interest, give us a call, 239-298-8000, on the web at aenaples.com. Thank you so much for having a look. We appreciate it. I'm going to try to dodge any, you know, parts that fall off this Range Rover ahead of us, exhaust systems, taillights, roof racks, you know, all the stuff that happens when Range Rovers go down the road, fires and such. Hopefully that won't happen and we'll be able to get home safe. So thanks again, and we will see you with the next one. Take care.